Hello, everybody. It is I, Susie Sunshine. You can probably hear my peas because I'm by them and they're looking at me. Let me show you them real quick. They're looking at me like, Mommy, feed me. They did get their snacks. I don't know why they're chirping, so I apologize for the chirping. So today's video is about triggers. I did just get out of the hospital. Because my triggers were not really good. I was not doing really well. So today I'm going to talk about triggers, and with that, everybody has different ones. I know for me, one of my triggers is I can't do criticism really well. I can't take criticism very well. And I start to shake, like my hands start to shake. I get like a pit in my stomach that makes me feel like queasy or not so great. And it's not a good feeling. It makes it really hard to cope because it's like an anxiety and a depression trigger all at once, depending on the criticism I'm getting, as well as I know certain people that I talk to or have been in my life where they're like are really a trigger for me as well. Like my perfect example, my adopted mom is one of my triggers, and it's just because her personality and mine do not get along. And I think the main reason she's my trigger is she keeps trying to diagnose me like she's a psychiatrist, and she's not. Clearly, she's not, and so that's like another one. And I know when I was in the hospital, I met a fantastic group of people that I'm unfortunate enough to still be in contact with to just kind of be like a support group for us outside of the contained facility we were in. And I hope they appreciate it as much as I do because I appreciate knowing I have met these great and how we respond to each other, getting to know each other, and how we can cope with, like, hey, I've been through that. Here's how I manage the situation. This is how I took it so I don't end up back here and give my opinion, which is nice. So it's kind of when, especially, for instance, like when one of the examples from one of the people I met, he was not feeling great. He was very depressed. He was not feeling himself. And I was like, he doesn't know when he's going to feel better. And with medications, it's hard because every medication is going to tell you it's going to take 2-3 weeks, sometimes months before you see a positive feedback from that. And it's so hard for anybody that has a mental disability, because I hate calling it a disease, because we are normal just like everybody else. But like I said, with certain medications, depending on what it may be, there's different symptoms you could have. There's different effects or defects that could affect you, not just only physically but mentally. With one medicine they put me on, I had, of course, the oddball being me, I had the reaction where it could lead to a deadly rash. Okay, I ended up getting it, so obviously we stopped that really quick. Now, other people have been on this drug for decades and they're fine. Me, not the case. So it varies per person, which people don't understand that everything you do, it's not just specifically for you, it's not against you, it's just to help you. And sometimes people don't understand. Now I'm making my hair more of a mess. Either way, you know what I mean? People don't understand that when you're going through something, it's hard to realize that, okay, I'm going through, for example, bad thoughts. Okay, at what point do I realize that what I'm doing to either calm my anxiety, calm my depression enough where I can handle it myself before I have to internally go to the hospital? And over my years, I know once I start seeing red, okay, and I hear a ringing in my ears, and when it goes quiet, after that ringing's done and it goes silent, I need to go to the hospital because I'm going to reach for something that to harm myself, because like I was saying, when I was in the hospital, I like to cut, and it's not like a good habit. It's not anything, but that's what I did, or was about to do. But before then, I was like, hey, I need to go, and many people don't know at what point do I need to go? Like, what are your steps that are going to lead you to the part where it's the act of doing something or abusing something to a point where someone's either going to find you or your supports are going to be like, hey, we're going to call for you because you need the help. And for everybody, that's the hardest part, because you have to, I know for me, a lot of my therapists said, make a list. When you're in that situation you're going through, make a list. Like, okay, I'm just using an example of a name from a movie that I love. I was talking to Sally, and Sally and Jack were doing something, and then I felt this way, and this is how I felt toward it, and this is the emotions I was feeling, and I don't think that's a good way to feel. You know what I mean? And then Locke came in and said this, or he did this, and that didn't make me feel right. Like I said, I'm using my Nightmare Before Christmas, so hence my pajamas. Like I said, doing this not to be famous, just being me, keeping it real. And you know what I mean? And like how you react to certain situations. And after, like I said, years of doing this, after that one therapist, I continue to do that. And that's how I find what gets me to a state where I'm either very anxious, or I have a depressive episode, or a panic attack. Panic attacks are like when I know I have to do my breathing, or I either have to do my hyper focusing on my diamond painting. Oops. My diamond painting. Didn't mean to show the name. This is for a customer. Because it's like my side hustle. To hyper focus on something so I don't do something stupid, in a sense. And it's tough and it's hard because, like I said, it's hard to find your triggers. But when you find them, once you make that list, I suggest making that list, because with that, you can pinpoint like what causes you to feel this negative feeling or this anxious feeling. And once you know that, and a couple times of doing it, you can kind of get a variety of your triggers. So you could be like, well, I need to avoid Sally and Jack when they're arguing, because that makes me feel very anxious, and like I get like my fight or flight sense going, and it makes me feel scared and terrified and anxious. But then when Locke gets involved, then something else happens. Then everything explodes, and then I'm like, I can't deal with this. Like, Locke's coming at me, Jack, Sally, everybody's coming at me, like attacking me in a sense, because that's how you're feeling. And that makes you feel some type of way. And that makes you feel anxious. And that makes you feel depressed, because you feel like, woe is me. Like, what's the point anymore? Like, why am I here? Why am I going through this? Why am I doing this, that? And that's why I said, like, to find your triggers, it's very key, I feel, from one of the things I learned over the years, is definitely to write lists. Write lists, and find something, an activity, or I guess an activity or something that you enjoy doing, whether it be walking your dog, taking care of my guinea pigs like I have, or petting your cat, or diamond painting, like what I like to do, playing video games, painting, drawing, being artistic. Find that and try to write or doodle or draw, or in your activity, take out the anxiety and the stress and the depression that you're feeling. I'm not saying like curse like the kids out on COD. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying relieve the stress in healthy ways. Like I know when I'm sometimes feeling angry, I work out, and I'm not the most fittest person in the world. I'm not. I'm the most unfit person, but I'm trying. Okay. When I'm depressed, anxious, I still try to work out. Even if I don't feel like it, I try to do it. I try to get up. I try to get doing it. Like I said, with my support group, like I've been trying to be like the motivator, you know what I mean? The the little ray of sunshine in everyone's life, because like I said, the stuff that they're experiencing, I'm going through too, and I've been through it. So I can help them go through it as well. I think that's about it for today about triggers. From what like I know, but the key hint is if you don't know about them or what yours are, definitely I always suggest making a list. Can't stress that enough. I know it's been a while since I made a video, so I apologize to all of you that do watch it. I'm hoping to continue making more, and hopefully this helps reach you guys, and hopefully my advice helps you. And if not, I'll try to work on getting some other ideas on here as well, whether through the internet or whatever, to talk about as well. Sorry about my hot commodity of a mess behind me. Work in progress. But this is Susie Sunshine, and I vote for Donald Duck today. Bye, guys.